Peace, family. My name is Damon Jones. I'm the New York representative of Blacks in Law Enforcement of America. And first, I'd like to thank everybody for coming on our page and liking our page and sharing the information on our page. The page is created to share information and to let people know that Black law enforcement professionals throughout the country, we do care. All the different organizations and associations of blacks in criminal justice, the National Black Police Association, Noble, there's NABLEO, there's many organizations that are out there doing good work in the community. Um, but we like to thank everybody, personally thank everybody that come on our page and share our information and engage in honest and conscious conversation. Um, I say that to say that recently there have been a number of black law enforcement professionals throughout the country that have come forth to speak on the implicit bias and racism and white supremacy within a lot of the different departments in the nation. Specifically, in New York State, you have the NYPD officers that have come forth, who have filed lawsuits, who has exposed the quotas and exposed how they use policies and procedures to harass and arrest black and brown and even poor white, but majority black and brown people. You have the sister Carryall Horn up in Buffalo who stopped a white officer from assaulting a black man in cuffs after he was arrested. And she lost her job and they stripped her from her pension. And she was doing the right thing. She was stopping an illegal act. That's what law enforcement officers is supposed to do. But the system itself and the government turned on her. How dare she stop a white man from doing what he thought he was doing, is putting punishment on a black face. So, when I say that, and let's not forget the Mount Vernon officer, Officer Bovell, who has come forth, on how they arrest black and brown people and the racism and implicit bias within his department, and even the supervisor calling him a snitch after he had reported the racism and implicit bias. So they tell you if you see something, say something. But when these officers see something and they come out and say something, the question is, where is the support from the criminal justice reform community? Where is the support from civil rights organizations? Where is the support from black elected officials? Where is the support from pastors and preachers and leaders and clergymen? See, this is the problem. So you want law enforcement and you want black law enforcement to come out and say what's going on. But when they do, and they put their career on the line, they put their job on the line, they put themselves in danger and their family in danger, you don't say a goddamn thing. And this is the problem. This is the problem. So all the Black Lives Matter people, where are you at? Right, in support of these officers. And this is just not in New York. This is all over. Right? This is all over in St. Louis. They're out there fighting. The I believe it's the Ethical Society. They're fighting a racist system. But where is Black Lives Matter, right? Where is the Me Too movement? Where is the women's movement? Where is Al Sharpton, Tamika Mallory, all the other people that's in New York? Where are they rallying around this sister Carrie Horn because she did what she was supposed to do, and the system did what it was supposed to do, is punish the person who is trying to stop an illegal act when it's a white police officer against a black man. So, I think um, it's time, to have a real conversation with those black law enforcement officers and these civil rights organizations to ask what the hell are y'all doing, right? Because we're here, right? And if you want more black officers, if you want more young people to join these police departments and correction departments, probation, parole, and these different departments in law enforcement, we're going to need to see more support of us because they're not taking these tests and they don't want these jobs. And some people say, well, you need to leave anyway. You better hope there's no police department in the black community with all white police officers. You'd be in a hell of a trouble, right? There's some people that stop the nonsense just by their presence. They don't have to have a press conference and do anything like that, but they stop it just with their presence because they know not to do that nonsense in front of certain officers. But there are those like myself and other officers that will come out in the public and speak on the issues of racism and racial bias and injustice that's in the criminal justice system and the different law enforcement departments. So not everybody's going to do what we do, but we're out here doing it, and we do not see the same support. So I'm calling them all out, and I hope people will share this, and I hope that they will address it, right? And I hope that Tamika Mallory and Sharpton and all of them will help this sister Carrie get her pension, that she deserves, that was taken away from her because she stood up to protect a black man in cuffs. And she lost everything. And nobody has said anything. The state NAACP, where are you at? Urban League, where are you at? Everybody should be rallying behind this sister so she could get her pension. It just takes a letter from the state controller. That's how simple that is. That's how simple that is. So, I hope people like this. I hope y'all share it. I hope y'all share it with all the different organizations. And it's easy. If y'all want to you could contact us through the page. You could go on our website, BLEAUSA.org, and leave a message there. Don't leave no foolishness. We ain't got time for the foolishness. Well, we out here trying to do the right thing. So I hope organizations will support her. I hope organizations will get behind these brothers and sisters in NYPD that has been exposing the injustice. I hope the ACLU will help Carrie Horn and the other officers and even Officer Bovell. I hope you black elected officials will say something. State officials will help this sister get her pension. Officials will stand behind these black officers that have come out and exposed this system of injustice. Before I leave, just let me say something. For all the people that support bail reform and support court reform, where they have to turn over evidence in a certain amount of time and yada, 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 yada. If you're not changing the first contact of your family, the first contact of your children, the first contact of your grandparents, the first contact of your loved ones, if you're not changing that, you haven't changed anything. The police officer is the first contact of the criminal justice system. And if you have a racist system of policing, you're going to have a racist justice system because they are the first contact. So I hope we understand that. And I hope we get behind officers who expose the racism and bias in the policies, procedures, and the training. Have a blessed day. Peace.
Law enforcement. You're looking at over 300 years of law enforcement standing behind you. And as black law enforcement, we are 4 degrees separation from the police brutality victims that we see about on social media. Either we know them, we know somebody that knows them, they're a family member, and in many cases, just like what happened to Officer Lanier, we are the victims. But we like to call out these officers here. See, as good law enforcement, we have to call out the bad ones. Yes, we have to call them out when they do wrong. And we have to call out the police department that cover up bad apples. See, everybody say, don't paint police officers with a broad brush. But we have to. When management and the institution cover up bad cops. They have yet to release the names of these bad apples right here. They have yet to announce an investigation of these bad apples right here. So we are telling the community, if you see them, call the police on the police.
There you go.
Call the police on them.
Amen, amen.
Do not allow them in your community. Do not allow them to continue to abuse black people. See, enough is enough.